Well, it's that time of the year again when anime air for our enjoyment, and actually marks the 1 year point when I began to watch airing anime. The first anime that I watched weekly from start to finish was Valkyrie the Liberator Season 2, which wasn't really the greatest choice on my part because the series kind of sucked, but that's behind me and this is a new year. So far, this season is shaping out to be the best out of the year, even more so than the summer season. I'm way too excited for my own good, so let's start. Magic Kaito 1412 was a weird experience for me. The first episode was an incredibly mixed bag. The first half basically focused on comedy, and the comedy was terrible. In fact, it was excruciatingly irritating, to the point where I was begging for it to just stop. However, the second half of the episode was pretty good, developing the main character and the setting. The animation and music weren't half bad either. It is because of this mixed reaction though that I give it a yellow that leans more towards red. I think I'm going to wait for it to finish airing before even thinking about picking it up again. Yeah, I decided to watch this even though it wasn't on my second What I'll Be Watching video. For some reason, I was strangely fascinated by this show before it began airing. A fresh and new amusement park setting? The same person who wrote Fullmetal Panic, a pretty popular series that I actually haven't seen yet but has gotten pretty high reviews? Yoto Animation? An opening that just won't leave my head no matter what I do or listen to? Sure, why not? So far, the show has been pretty entertaining, but incredibly stupid. I have no idea why the creators decided to make the mascots actual living beings that fed off of crystallized human joy, but I've decided not to question it by this point. The characters are very fun to watch, and the animation looks gorgeous, and while it is kind of fanservice-y, it's something I can overlook, at least for now. I give it a yellow. If the episodes start to deteriorate in quality, I'm going to drop it, but for now, I'm liking it a lot. Well, Studio Mappa, you sure know how to impress. So far, this has been a really enjoyable action show with a few minor flaws, which is great considering the last anime to be based off of a card game. The visuals and music are both phenomenal, the action scenes are incredible to look at with fantastic choreography, and the story is interesting, albeit not completely established yet, and the characters are pretty good. Except for Favaro. Granted, he's not terrible and has redeemed himself, but he can be just awful at times. I get that that's his character, to be the obnoxious and selfish vagabond, and considering his circumstances, his actions are understandable, but dude, your bragging and your dishonesty got you into the situation you're in right now. Don't be a jerk and try to get out of it through the nastiest means possible. That's all I can say due to spoilers, but other than that, I've been liking this show a lot. I give it a green. Check it out, and I get the feeling that Favreau will become a better person by the end of this. Thank you, Madhouse. Thank you. Parasite is 1 out of 2 anime this season that have the potential to become favorites of mine, because this show is just too good. Manga readers may tell you otherwise, but in my opinion, this anime has just been fantastic so far. After every episode, I want more. Every episode is just so intriguing, and every new aspect of a story builds and builds. The alien characters are frightening, and the human characters are relatable. I love the way that the aliens are portrayed, though. They aren't animals, but they aren't quite human either. The show makes a lot of comparisons between human and animalistic behavior, which made me think about how different those two are. And I love themes like that. Parasite is exploring them quite well, I must say. The characters are great, with Shinji and Migi becoming some of my new favorite characters of the season. I like Shinji because he's relatable and acts very realistically in the situations he's thrown into, and Migi is one of the most grotesque yet charming characters that I've ever seen, period. It's actually kind of hard to describe it. You just have to witness it yourself. I give the show a solid green, and will most likely watch it until the end. It's here! Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works, my most hyped anime of the entire year, finally began airing and it's glorious! Not even kidding. Normally when I overhype a show, the end result is less than satisfactory. But so far, this new adaptation has been living up to my overly high expectations. Heck, I even like the exposition episode, and I normally despise exposition episodes. The story and characters are already so much better than the Dean version that it's not even funny, and I can't believe that I'm saying this, but I actually like this interpretation of Shiro a lot. Yeah, my least favorite character in the original show has transformed into an understandable, likable, and relatable protagonist that isn't annoying or reckless to the point where it makes Eren Yeager look like a rational person. He even acknowledges the fact that he cares too much about others, which just makes him even better. I'm beginning to learn to doubt Ufotable less and less now, and while that might not be the best course of action for future Ufotable anime, I at least know that I can rely on the studio to deliver something of merit. I give the show a green. Watch it, you fools! Well, those were my fall 2014 anime first impressions. What are you guys watching and what do you think of the season overall so far? Leave it in the comments and I'll see you guys next time.